Okay, Arena Rush. So we're using this dude right now, both on offense and defense. And actually my offense team is very similar to my defense team in this case. Is it going to be good though? I have no freaking clue. Because I think on defense, that unit might be fairly derpy. But we're just gonna see. So I have 3 different offenses. My normal offense, well actually 4. My normal offense over here, and then the 2 offenses based on the Ashurian and the Kabila style with whatever. I did make a video if you do want to check for what other teams I would recommend to use if you don't have certain LDs. You can check out that video. I'll link it in the description down below. And for the side off here, we can just say new vid. Yay. Okay, so in this case, we're not fully in tune, but we're tending to stun most of the time. How much damage is this Grogan still doing? Grogan is still doing 30k. Damn. That a good Grogan. That a nasty Grogan right there. Because I had to up the Grogan by a lot of speed. But still doing good damage. And he's Will right now, where he's normally Blade. The issue you can definitely have with this team is the fact that he can miss his strips. As happened over there. But actually the Samath is the less interesting one, or the least interesting one to actually get the strip on, because Grogan kills regardless. Bad balance patch and a Grogan buff, yep. Okay, so against these kind of teams, so I think that this team has too much tankiness in there in general. If I were to clear this, I would just use that team over there, but it would take me too long. So these... I wish they kept the S3 30%. I think that would be a little bit too much, sir. Man, just the damage of this thing together with the Zhongcheng Lao already have HP some squishy units. Okay, so this is the issue where I have with Tianlang, which I can just simply not hit. But to be honest, you were asking about Tianlang, you might as well just use this. Like, in the end, this will still clear Tianlangs altogether, because that's the issue with this team. You got no damage output. Like, I would never die to this. Like, sure, you would stun 3 units, then what? It does nothing. It just takes a little bit more time. But it literally does nothing, the whole team. Ooh, 30k heal. Nice. Well, you might say same is a cheat. Yes. But then again, if you don't use same, just use a Tetra. It's the same thing. They still have no damage. It's just the pheromones that makes this a little bit slower, otherwise I could have landed more debuffs. When Dragon knew best AO for speed leads, I think still Nephthys beats it. But it kind of depends if you have fast enough runes. Hungbig would actually be pretty good for it, yeah. Have you played versus Jager? Yes, I did. In the current state where my RTA team is at, I really don't give shits about Jager, but in general sense, I think the Jager buff is fairly strong. How's the Wind Draken AI? I actually have no fucking clue. Like, I did test it a little bit, and I was more worried about the Kabila AI than the Draken Warrior AI, in all honesty. Is Zhongcheng Lao new? No, Zhongcheng Lao is one of my oldest LD5s. Animation of this dude are a little bit slow though for offense. I just never used Zhongcheng Lao for arena offense before. A unit is so cool, I do agree. Okay, we miss on one. In this case, I could opt to go for an S2 over here. If I do to get that S2 over there, we can do this. Into can't revive. Into still stunning. Okay, apparently we did not stun. The idea was kind of nice, though. Like, it was halfway there. Nice free-to-play offense. Thank you. I can show you the free-to-play version of this, which I think is the strongest. We'll find a hit where he fits in the next one. We got Alucard with a subscriber. Thank you very much. Let's see where it fits. This one, even with this still works. So this is what I would recommend people if you don't have any LDs and you still want to be using this team. And this team is actually really stupidly strong as well. Okay, I don't want to be doing that S2. But now we do this. And then we just watch everything die. What's up, Lex? Doing good over here. Why not Humble? Because Humble's fucking ass. There are very few things that are as much ass as Humble. Plus, this team is pretty tanky because it's just built on tanky runes in the first place. Playing Ildong in your RTA comp? Yeah, I would not recommend that. But we also, of course, still have this team runed up. If we want consistency, consistency is there. Oh, this dude. Wonder if it's actually... Is that good? Probably is kind of annoying. Especially since there's a Leo next to it. So, Bezu, thank you. Good luck rushing as well, if you're rushing. That is kind of bad. Ew. The backup though, like the Zongcheng Lao for the backup of the fails. I'm liking it. Trying out Dark Hacker, Leo, Björn, Camilla on defense. I like the first two, I don't like the second two that much. I would probably put an Amduet in there for sure. I would say Amduet over Björnchul. Otherwise, you're kind of Tiana food. Like, Tiana Galleons don't care about it. Fire Jin would also be decent. Still can be Tiana though, but... It's also so easy to outspeed everything with this. Like, I was already doing 24 Cabellas. Now this Cabela is wheeled, so it's a little bit slower than my normal one. Nobara food? Yeah, it could die to Nobara, but then again, something dies to something always, right? That is kind of true. I kind of want to see how this works out against a Fire Jin. Because we have 3 buffs. Is 3 buffs enough? Seemingly enough. I mean, the defense is tanky. Fair. Is Venton still using RTA after being nerfed? I haven't seen a single one. It's not that I played that many RTA matches, but I haven't seen a single one. Ooh, that's where we see this thing for the first time. But apparently if you stun it, it doesn't work. And it is stunned. And it is dead. Even this thing, I'm pretty confident that we just simply outspeed this. Whereas normally on 24 leads, I would not dare to do this. Well, in this case also, this doesn't really matter all too much. Sorry for the fact that I nearly killed his Samath as well. I might have to switch my defense to like a more typical tanky style rather than what I'm rocking right now. Well, so far not too many hits in just yet. Aya Angela still good offense, only if you have 2 Ayas. If you have 1, it's a little bit on the slow side in my opinion. They didn't nerf him, they used real bullets, true. I need second Aya so bad, she's OP in offense, true. Yeah, that's also the only dupe I'm looking for at the moment. It is so chill that all of those 33 Tritons are actually super food for this. I'm actually impressed by how much damage this Grogan is still doing. That Grogan buff that you only need to do like half HP to get your second turn is actually so freaking busted. Like, I never noticed it, that's how much of a low damage cap you need for your Grogan to still do fine. Because normally my Grogan was like way slower than this. Also this, even if you were to push back right now, okay, that's kind of bad. I was hoping that at least I stunned this one. If I at least stunned that one, then I would have still been fine on this, actually. Now it's kind of bad because I also did not stun this dude. So that's my only losing condition. Missing the stun on both. Or missing the strip on both and then also missing the stun on both. It's pretty much the only losing condition I have with this team. Could you run Sarath? Yeah, you could definitely run Sarath in this. You can make a Sarath fast enough that also similar damage. Monkey for Eludia? Yep, if I had one. That thing is properly fast, if that's legit in tune to cut my Grogan. Not that my Grogan is fully in tune, he's like 20 speed off for being fully in tune though. That's an interesting one. To be honest, I kind of want to do this. Way outspeeding this, absolutely not necessary to go in with this much speed, but kind of just to see how this works. Oh, this team also doesn't have will rune, so it's actually a little bit worse. Yeah, you need just a little bit more damage to actually get full kills in with the dots. So Rev would need to be swift. Yeah, for sure. My Grogan is also swift. My Grogan is very swift for this. Giant TL, Amulet, Fire Jin for defense. Is not that bad per se, but it is kind of bad for the fact that Lamila doesn't give a shit about any of those units. Like, that's the thing with Ershion, he doesn't really provide too much damage to a team though. So I think for defense, I'm getting a few wins here and there on this team, but it's not particularly doing like very well. Like, I'm getting too many hits in myself. Leo Hey Gang, it is kind of countered by Leo Hey Gang, yeah. Well, then you have to put like a Kabila next to it. Okay, in this case, we would have to... we just outspeed. So if they don't proc at all, and you just push me back, I would still take the turn on the Grogan after. Everything has a counter? True. It's kind of hard to find anything without any counters. But then again, is it countering something that's niche or is it countering something that's commonly used? Looks like at the mercy of strip chance. That is fairly true. But yeah, anything that is not is just the Tiana and Neftis, pretty much. It's the only way how you can... Okay, I'm definitely getting few too many hits. Also by kind of random people, I would say. So for defense, I would classify this as maybe not that strong. I also do probably think that Kabila is too easy to just probably... Like a Lamila team would probably counter this as well. Because there's not enough damage out there. Some kind of Hey Gang team. With a Leo, Feng Yang. Probably Leo, Feng Yang would also clear that. Still early in the rush though, but getting a little bit too many hits for my liking. Offense-wise, I kind of like it. Maybe chilling instead of Kabila. Well, then I would have to rerun the whole team. Also, getting enough speed on your Ashurian while there is a chilling next to it is very hard. I noticed that with my Woyong. Offense-wise, definitely liking this team. Defense-wise, not impressed. But I think this team also would very often derp, because now you don't need a Triton to not derp, you need 2 units to not derp, which might be a little bit too much to be asking for your defense. I wish that they put defense on, that you can select first skill usage as well. Just get them 29 speed increasing effects, that would help. Yeah, we get a few wins here and there, but not as much. I think I have more success going for just my good old Leo team. This one, and for now, let's add in... For now, let's just do this. Interesting. Never seen that combination on defense. Yeah, it would really be nice if you can remove the derping factor for a defense. I would highly appreciate that. Yep, that's why the buff is OP. 15 minutes in, I already hate the Gandalfs. I've only seen one so far. If I had a Gandalf, I would absolutely use it. Wait, what is the lead on the Gandalf? Does he have a usable lead? It's actually something I don't know. Does he have the Pontus RNG? Well, actually, we don't have to check the Pontus RNG. He's also 24 lead. I don't like checking Pontus RNG. HP lead? Ooh, that's good. 33 HP. That's nice. That's solid. I think also something stupid like this is actually pretty darn strong. No, I meant the light one. The Rune of Sierra, Twins Comp, RTA, people started picking up Diana or Beetle against you lately. I think it's getting more common to get more Dianas in you. Especially since more people are picking up AoE stuff. There we have it. Well, I'm mainly skipping it because of the Camilla rather than the other thingy. Actually, I've seen less Valeska drafts in the last few rounds of RTA that I did. Man, if they made Kabela 2A, she would do so freaking much damage. She already does do a lot of damage. Missing the death break. Well, it doesn't matter that much. Still dies. Okay, Ragdoll. I'm definitely scared I would crit too much. How much crit rate you have? Oh yeah, 99. Yeah, never mind. You would crit too much. I was like, maybe I put a low crit rate on him. Well, it's actually kind of weird. The Wind one still has crit awakening, where I would rather have accuracy awakening on him. And the water one has accuracy awakening, which I would rather put crit awakening on. But that is just because of the buffs and the skill sets being different than what they originally were. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda like this team. Not sure if I keep it permanently runed as like a stable arena offense always, but I'm kind of liking it. I think I might actually. Yeah, I might keep this as a stable team. I'm actually liking this team a lot. It's so flexible and easy to outspeed shit. That's actually kind of dangerous. Strip seems more reliable than most. Well, that's the thing. This team doesn't care that much if I miss like 1 or 2 strips. It's just if I don't stun particular things, then it would get strugglesome and iffy, but in most cases, he definitely tends to land his shit, yeah. Do we really have a shield meta, say? Shield meta as in normal RTA kind of thing? Kind of. There's pretty hard on the turn 2s with the new unit. In this case, the Gandalf. Field Light Warring is still so strong. Light Warring is actually very underrated because shield's being that strong. Because he has a skill that goes through shield, which is really nice. Jager finally usable. Jager's really good. Jager's sitting at like 54 win rate or something. Jager's not just... He went from bad to not just usable. He went from bad to really freaking good. I said it before. All he needs is more taunts. Like, if he counters more often, he's annoying as fuck. Okay. So if he would outspeed me right now, which is an option, even if you push this back, it's not that big a deal if they don't proc out. So that is kind of the thing which is nice about this team. So even though I did fail a strip, I'm still able to win because of how the team is set up with the stun on the Zhongqing Lao. Which can't really do with other death breakers as much. Well, you could just simply put it in tune with an Eludia. That's definitely an option. No, actually, Eludia on the Zhongqing Lao slot might be a lot better. Because then putting things in tune is a lot easier, plus you death break. The only issue is you probably will trigger like some maths. Same guy boosting your defense 3 times in a row. Well, that's the thing. The moment they hit for the 3rd time, they barely lose any points. First meta where Jager has more pick rate and win rate than Ragdoll. True. Ooh, this might be a little bit troublesome. Thank you for derping. Luck on the rush, thank you. Now we're gonna see how weak your pushback is. Okay, if you don't S2, then it's definitely very weak. Yeah, definitely have to find something better for defense. I feel like all defense are currently so freaking weak. If this Grogan is probably best arena duo ever. It's one of the stronger ones out there for sure. It's just a bit hard to get things to outspeed all the time. But it's very strong, yeah. Is it the issue that I feel like that this thing would take a turn too early? But let's give it a try. Ooh, that's kind of bad. That is bad times 2. Jesus. Q blocks, stunts. No stunts. Can't revive. Okay, that thing a bitch though. Well, he more a bitch because he resisted about everything known to mankind. Otherwise he would have been dead 3 turns back already. Plus he starts proccing like crazy. Okay, I felt like he had more of an RNG fight rather than this unit being crazy good against whatever I'm using. Got Dark Aragorn yesterday from one LD squad. Any comment on that unit? I made a whole freaking video on that unit. How about that for a comment? Yeah, that's kind of an issue where I do trigger your death already early on. But then again, like this is kind of fine. It's just that we lose your life early in the process. And then the Camillas could be a lengthy fight, which is always a thing, right? Especially if you proc. Can you fight Jins with this offense? Yeah, I have shield sets and will, so I can actually fight this. Because I'm looking at 3 buffs with this. Wait, I just saw one, this one. It is a little bit tricky if the pawn starts proccing. Cannot do that. Yeah, the thing is I have 3 buffs on like the whole team, so therefore it's not an issue. Sure, you could get this pair stripped, but odds of those are pretty slim. And there's actually 2 shield sets on this team. The monkey is rocking 2 shield sets and a will set. Really weird set. But since the team is doing bad in defense, at the end of the rush I can show the whole offense team. Like if it was a team that I would cap on defense, then probably not. But in this case, I don't expect this team to be a keeper. So yeah, that's... Fire Jin doesn't do too much to that. Like sure, it could RNG in the right favor of it, but it's kind of mid. Man, I just need to pull this thing. If I have this thing, I can copy that exact defense, and that defense is really freaking strong. It's so much better than a Seimei. I think you can pull that off without the... Ooh, that's bad. I was like, if she's not gonna proc, I'm still fine, but with that proccing, it's kind of bad, because now we have 2-turn invisibility. Which... Well, I don't think I will die in the process of getting that. Like, sure, you die, but... I don't expect you to kill my whole team in the meantime. Add damage death. He sells most one for defense. For me, it's definitely Nyx, and then Nyx with a 1. That unit is pretty good. Okay, Theo's probably too fast for me. I wouldn't mind a Laura as well. I think Laura would do decent too. Mainly because I have the good pairs with Laura. Would you provide light or dark hacker? Ooh, hard to say. Light hacker can be pretty good with some Tianlang teams as well. I wouldn't mind neither of those two, actually. But I would definitely say Nyx with a 1 is very good. Also still really good in RTA. Whereas Light Hacker in RTA, I don't think I would use as much. He's usable here and there, but... I think I would use it less. No, actually both of them are really good. Yeah, no, actually both of them are pretty much on par of one another, being super strong. Wouldn't mind to pull neither of them. We'll pull them after the TOA. That's only with all of these teams being annoying to hit. Nyx with a 1 or Nyx with a Y better for units? Kinda depends. Nyx with a Y is just RTA. Whereas Nyx with a 1 is more all-round. Silver's Obabo's most wanted. To be honest, whenever Obabo claims something as most wanted, I always take it with a grain of salt, because he claimed Uldong to be his most wanted, but then we had the SWC scrolls where you can place your own units as favorite to be pulling, and he did not pull an Uldong in there. So I'm like, that's kind of a fraud, kind sir. So with Obabo's most wanted, I'm never too sure if it's actually true or not. It's no longer his most wanted. Well, when he was claiming it to be his most wanted, he still didn't pick it. Obabo's most wanted is whatever he's feeling on that day. Yeah, that's kind of true. Which, nothing wrong with that, to be honest. Also, most wanted does kind of switch from balance patch and metas and stuff. Because, for example, pulling a Jager right now, I wouldn't be against pulling a Jager right now. But the last 9 years, I would have been against pulling a Jager. So, yeah, things definitely do tend to change. Right now, pulling a Jager, I'd be all down for a Jager. I don't mind it. I need Sigrid to pull, or about to pull Sigrid. Well, that's the thing. I think Sigrid was not even in his list of SWC. Like the Miying Blessing. Yeah, that's a very good example. Well, I must say, Obabo does have a gift for making shit units look good. Like, I definitely cannot do that. Like, he can draft most things and shit just works. But then again, it's mostly paired with, like, the Sonya, and the Sonya just, like, kills one unit and it's 3 against 4, and it's like, look, I won a 3 against 4. It's a little bit cheating right there, but... he definitely has a gift for making all kinds of units work. For me, if a unit is like semi-off par, not meta, I cannot make those shit work, man. You got good runes as well. I would definitely say his top sets are really good. His depth is not crazy because he doesn't farm as much, but for how little he's farming, how crazy his top sets are, especially that Sonya set, That Sonya set is still one of the best sets I've seen altogether, which is insane. Wait, we did not kill that thing on the right. You better not start proccing. Wait. That's actually kind of bad, is it not? Because now you revive. Oh, no, you do not. Wait, how the freak did that work? Oh, it tried to trigger during your stun and it goes on cooldown? That's fucking stupid. I mean, say as those runes. I have those runes in different quadrants. I don't have those runes in... I cannot make a Sonya Loco Barber, not even remotely close. But then again, I can make a few other units which he could not make in the same style, so... Everyone has their own style and different runes, right? I think this I can also easily hit, to be honest. Because I'm Amduet proof because of the 3 buffs. Feel like you have way better fire runes. I definitely have way better fire depth, that's for sure. You can also do Tianlang, he doesn't. Well, Tianlang is more a reactive pick. Well, actually, in the current style that I am drafting, or in the current meta, I'm using very few LDs. Strangely enough. Like, my Light Gojo is definitely not going to be used as much in current reruning style that I did. Gianna might actually be used a bit more. But it's definitely going to be way less on Light Gojo. Which is a little bit sad, but... I had half a good season on him, I guess. He's still usable as 5th pick, though. Dark Demon is your most wanted by far? Really? Like, he's not bad, but he's so situational. The fact that you still don't have a 30 rune, yeah, that is kind of true. I don't have a 30, well, technically I do have a 30. But I don't have a 30 on a normal rune. Yeah, Dark Demon needs the old artifacts. Like, if you could farm the old artifacts, Dark Demon has a lot more value, but that's definitely a big issue for Dark Demon at the moment, yeah. Blessing between Light Monkey, Light Beetle? It's a hard one. I would go Light Beetle, to be honest. Like, Light Monkey is not bad, but it's very situational. Light Runner is only 5th pick right now. In the current drafting style that I'm doing, yes, but... For general, holy shit, what happened to this list? Whole list, 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I need to find a better defense. I have not been succeeding in finding a better defense for too long. Monkey for sure? I'm not sure about Monkey being that good. But Light Beetle is also... If you build a whole drafting team around him, he's strong. Without that, he's weak. What set would you give to Light Beetle? To be honest, not sure. Also in the current drafting style, if I would have him, I wouldn't use it. It's really more if you go like hard on the turn 2 shit. Which I'm currently not doing. To be honest. Might as well just do this. No, thank you. That's why I don't like defense, man. I'm not sure if my defense is doing the same shit as this defense is doing right now. Like, is it losing because it's actually bad? Or is it losing because they perform their skills like this? That's just depressing, man. Allow me to put the right skills on defense, please. Thank you. If Dark Demon would get insta-turn, he would instantly become very strong. Because right now he's definitely not bad, but he's also definitely not strong. But if he were to get the value where he gets insta-turn, he would become very strong. Okay, just kind of want to trigger your skill, but oh, you didn't even trigger the skill, it seems. You can still increase the cooldown of it. Yeah, you can. So it's not like unbeatable strong, but it would be a lot more viable. Thank you for that, proc. You slap your defense with Beetle and Venton. Oh yeah, but currently if I outspeed it and they don't have passives, I kill about everything, so... Nyx might be a little tricky, but to be honest, I think I can still hit that. I think that the Dark Gojo is also still a really good unit for defense. But Dark Gojo is a little bit weaker right now because of the outspeed potential on this team. Oh, that's actually kind of bad. That is actually kind of bad. Good despair stun. Could increase cooltime, I guess. I guess we just bruiser it out for a second, huh? I should have not used that skill. Oh, well, we're fine. That's kind of the issue with Gojo. Gojo in most cases doesn't have shit for damage. It's kind of hard to put enough speed and damage on this thing. How fast is this Drakar? It's not a Drakar, but he is plus 199 despair or something. Yeah, this team altogether is pretty nice too, but I would still remove the Nefties for it, I think. Suddenly we get a few wins. Appreciate that. I like my victories. To be honest, with what I'm currently drafting in RTA, which is double Dragon Warrior, I'm not even sure what would be my most wanted LD. Like, Laura would not even fit that well. Like, sure, it would be decent, but not fitting that crazy. It might actually be Light Nina. Light Nina would be the best on that one. Yeah, something 2 minutes later you get ads. Well, that's not me, that is Twitch. And also, never ask something again. Not just kidding. Since there's a double hit on the Death Break, I feel like we can kind of get away with this. This is also a particularly good defense, though, in general. Ah, great. We missed the strip. Well, we still landed most. Just have to bruise it out against that thing. Steal it! Nope, we stole the wrong one. Proc. Oh, this burst stun is also fine. Don't proc right now! Thank you. Is there a schedule for who plays Swell this week? To be honest, I haven't looked into that at all. There should be. But I don't know, because I don't think everyone plays in the first week, no. You like bombs now? That might be actually a thing, that my defense dies to bombs. I could put Nyx in there with a, what's it called? The other Nyx, the weak Nyx. But, don't think he would do better than his Seimei. Oh, we're getting some defense victories, so whatever people are using, they're losing. Do you have any idea why Italy is not a country for swell? Is it not? I never knew that as well. Wait, is Italy not included? Pretty sure that must be a mistake. Wait, is this thing going to be annoying? Don't think so as much. Morocco is, that's just for glorious. But I'm pretty sure Italy should be counting. Still loses to Grogan. Well, Grogan is just crazy strong. I would definitely argue for Grogan's strongest unit in game for offense in the moment. Wait, Lava still rank 1? Why can I not find that dude? His defense is so good for me, but I can't find him. Well, there's still 12 minutes on the clock. This might be tricky though. Yeah, no, this is actually kind of tricky to hit. But they worked out. What do you think about Vanessa Triton, Phalantis, Jin? Not great. No damage output. Too many counters. Wait, Finn, you asked me to not hit you, but now you're hitting me? That's not how it works, brother. Fucking fantastic. Please don't hit me! And he starts hitting me and losing. Brother. Just wanted to figure it out. Well, you didn't. I don't mind, man. I should not be using that S2. That S2 is slow as frick for animations. You can only stop hitting me than pulling out the 9mm. Give me lava! Why can I not find fucking lava? He is so freaking food for me. Well, I'll first have to find the freak. Right, second time we strip exactly same. If you see that, please don't hit. I'm not even sure if we're in the same freaking league. It is kind of nice that I can very comfortably outspeed Loras on 33s for this team. With a 24 Kabila, I get outsped here and there. Here I haven't seen a single outspeed at all. Kabila's not even on the fastest set. I played Neftis in ages. Why Monkey over Neftis? Death break rate is pretty high on the Monkey. Plus, he has... Oh, that's an interesting one. I just want to hit it. Do we hit it like this, or do we hit it with the other? No, just hit it like this. Because of the stun. The stun is kind of nice. Use Kaki offense like 15 times today? Wait, what kind of Kaki offense? Ooh, that thing countered. That is a tricky one. That's a sneaky one right there, kind sir. You sneaky, sneaky. Ah, yeah, that team is pretty solid. Same team I normally use with the Hanwo. I lose against your defense and you win against yours. Nice. We do another beginner series this year. Yeah, I'm waiting for a good beginner event. So most of the time around like April, they have good beginner events because of the anniversary. That is the time I will start a new beginner series. But I'm actually kind of waiting for good events. And I'm looking forward to a new beginner series. I've been a little bit bored as of lately for content. Like, I'm more searching for content rather than like finding content. When I make beginner series, it's always a lot of content. And I think it will be the series of trying to get to P1 in RTA. Also, right now, it's a lot easier with Scout Battle and all of that kind of shenanigans to start a new account. So I wouldn't mind to play it indefinite. So just keep the account running at all times on the side. Which is a first time since I've made like any new account that I would permanently keep it up. With the support units, you can get P1 in 2 or 3 days. Maybe so, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the support units are that strong though. Out of habit, I almost pushed S2 right there on the Zhongsheng Lao. Because normally it's always Nefty's S2 for the death break. Yeah, P1 is definitely a weird thing. I feel like if people play enough matches, everyone would end up in P1, pretty much. Do you think Truffle would work instead of Monkey in this comp? 100%. It is worse, but it would 100% work. Oh, you still rank 5? I just was found on the list and then I got a few death hits. Okay, not that many. I expected more hits. I guess other people are climbing as well. I haven't played this in a while. Game's still going. Game is still going. Yeah, I'm quite impressed by this offense. I will keep this offense in my standard box of using it a lot more. Alright, who is this guy? Another Gojo abuser. Kind of YOLO on the more-ish, I would say, but I also want to give it a try. Despair more might definitely be an issue because more has more strip chances. Yeah, that was definitely a bit more strip chances. That's bad. Why do you have to proc out? Why did you have to proc out? Why did you have to do all your shits? We did not have a more issue, but we had another issue. Yeah, this team is definitely not bad. Let's hit it again. Are you not in tune? I am in tune, but I'm not in tune the moment that I get cut by a more pushing me back. Oh, also, my Grogan is not in tune now. Making the Grogan... Well, I could maybe put the Grogan in tune, but then I need like 20 more speed or something. Which is a lot to add onto it. Plus, that's why I'm working with the stunts. But to be honest, I think I might be able to get away with putting more speed on the Grogan and less damage. Because Grogan damage output has still been like, I don't even need this much damage and he still clears. What's that dash on defense? That's some weird cook, but I don't think it's even that bad. Did they buff Alexandra? Depends how long you've been gone. They buffed it at some point, I think. But it's been a while. That part is kind of bad, though. That part as well. If nothing procced out, I would have still been completely fine. Now it gets kind of iffy. Ooh, we did actually miss on that. But no, this thing is gonna move in front of me because it's slow. Wait, but that thing is so freaking ass as well. Because if your allies have been hit more, your S3 goes on allies rather than enemies. So it's not doing anything. And then you still die. I've played in like 6 years. Probably there was a buff at that point, yeah. Cyrus can replace Grogan? It can. It's worse, but it can. Ooh. It's dangerous. We're gonna try it. 3 minutes left on the clock. If I miss Death Break, or if I miss the strip on the Valeska or the stun on the Valeska, I think I'm kind of dead. Okay, I think we will land all. Summon Clouds is pretty good for consistency raids. I think over 6 years everything got buffed. More or less, yeah, it's pretty accurate. Wait, who's the rank 1 in current state? It's still Lava. Dio suddenly got up pretty high. Dio does have a nasty defense though. Dio defense is kind of nasty. Have you been impressed with Light Legolas? Is better than Dark Aragorn? No, Dark Aragorn better. But Light Legolas can be nice. I would definitely use one if I had one. I got someone so bitching because I used the Maximilian next to the Light Legolas. He's like, yo, you're so out of tune. You're using OP units next to OP units. Of course, then they're OP. It's like, dude, just replace it by a fucking Hell Lady. It's the same. Just misses the speed lead. Fucking hell, I'm not even allowed to show the best teams anymore. Would Seal and Soxlau be better for this team? Yeah, it would be nice. Like, Shield will Seal. Wait, how the hell did that even work? Oh, that did work because of it was not your own revive. I'm like, how did it revive right away? That's not your own revive. But yeah, then you go in the light unit anyway, so I don't really give a shit. We have 1 minute left on the clock, or 2 minutes left on the clock. Ah, let's just raise it, who cares? Yeah, how dare I use coal units when I showcase another unit? Not allowed. Never do that again. Okay, 130. If I do it good, I can do 2 more hits, but I would have to find them quickly. Also, the despair on that thing is pretty nice. 1 minute on the clock is very doable to do another. 2 more is definitely not gonna work. I was hoping to find something that I recognize the name of. Oh, this one is doable. But I kind of like the double shield on the Zhongshan Lao as well. Thank you. 34 seconds on the clock. Should be more than enough. You're gonna go for your domain expansion. We go for a round of stunts. We wait for a little bit. You do for absolutely no damage. Like, you can't even kill a fucking Grogan. What the? These Gojas have no freaking damage, man. Does Nyx counter bombs? Half. Okay, don't think we can clear this in 11 seconds. No, we cannot. I'm liking the offense, though. I'm definitely liking the offense. The offense was a lot better than I expected. It's fairly premium as well. Like, in the end, hey, it's Grogan, Zhongshan Lao, but the offense was really good. I just need a better defense. My defense was hit way too much. Like, whole list, 9 minutes. I did get a few successes, but it's a little bit too much. So definitely still in search of better defense, but offense-wise? Well, first of all, showcasing this one that I actually barely use, but if you want to go free-to-play, this is probably the style to go. It's not full killing, whereas the Grogan team is full killing, so that's definitely a thing. But yeah, this was the main team. This one was on 199, Despair on the wheel, additional damage one side, the other side was fixing the accuracy. Then we had the Zhongshan Lao, which was a weird build. I kind of wanted to go double shield, so if an Amduet hits hard, I still have enough shield that I still don't break the shield, so he first has to strip the shield, which was kind of my idea behind it. And it's scaling off the HP of the Zhongshan Lao, which is definitely not that bad as well. So, but it gets a pretty weird set with like mid-crit rate, mid-crit damage, and then artifacts for the XS3 and then some additionals. And then Grogan was looking like this over here on close to a 180 extra, and then CD max, crit damage 3, crit damage first, that kind of good stuff. And then Kabila was just fast. That's all you need to know. And I also used this team, but I barely used it. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.